Echoes of history sound across its skyline. A city born in 1703, when Peter the Great laid the foundation for his fortress at the mouth of the Neva River. From Catherine the Great to the tragic siege of World War II, it has been a symbol of the enduring Russian culture and spirit. But it's an epic Russian rivalry tonight in St. Petersburg. The world champion, Alexei Yagudin, has top billing here on home ice, along with the young lion, 16-year-old Yevgeny Liashenko, armed with his powerful quadruple jump, and the '94 Olympic champion, Alexei Urmanov. It's up to the recently crowned U.S. national champion, Michael Weiss, to try to dethrone the Russians. The European champion, Maria Butyrskaya, looks to prove herself once again here in her home country. So too, the '98 world silver medalist, Irina Slutskaya. St. Petersburg, a city with almost 3 centuries of remarkable history, hosts one night of skating's best. On a brilliantly moonlit Saturday night in St. Petersburg, the Hermitage shines along the banks of the Neva River, once home to the Russian Tsars, now one of the world's great museums. And a few miles away, we welcome you inside the Sports and Concert Complex, where many of the world's finest figure skaters have assembled for the ISU Grand Prix Final. And hi everybody, I'm Terry Gannon. Tonight is the culmination of a season-long series of high-profile competitions, all sanctioned by the International Skating Union. The top eligible skaters began competing in October with one goal in mind, earning a trip here to St. Petersburg and a chance to skate for the top prize of $50,000. This evening, the ladies and men will decide their titles, and then our coverage continues tomorrow afternoon with the pairs and ice dancing finals beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern. Now, this Grand Prix series is made up of 6 competitions in 6 different countries all around the world. Skaters must compete in 2 events, earning points to qualify for this weekend's final. Here's how things stood for the ladies coming into this event. 2 Russians, Maria Butyrskaya and Elena Sokolova, at the top of the leaderboard with 24 points based on their 2 wins in the series. And we welcome in Olympic champion Peggy. Fleming, you can't take things for granted though. Maria Butyrskaya came in here in her home country as the odds-on favorite. But after the short programs, which have already taken place, Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan is in the lead.
Well, that's true, Terry. But that lead is probably not going to last. Tatiana is only ahead of Maria Butyrskaya because one of her required elements was a more difficult jump than Maria's. They both skated clean short programs, but Maria's was still the more polished performance. She has been riding a wave of confidence since last year's Worlds, and a second place is not where Maria intends to stay. And joining us, our colleague, Olympic champion Dick Button. And for Maria, you know, Dick, this win here with this title would be especially satisfying for her because this is her home country.
Well, you know, for me, being here is not about any one individual, but about the bigger picture. This is a country where art and architecture, where revolution and royal tragedy, and most of all, music and beauty color the landscape. It's a country where ballet has been a tradition for 200 years, where the names of Pavlova and Nijinsky and Baryshnikov have been the Russian counterparts to Joe DiMaggio and Babe Ruth. So what I look for here is powerful athleticism in the skating, the spring of great jumps, the interpretation of music, and clean and stylish flow of edges. Now that's a lot to ask for, but it's here if you look for it.
And here are the standings heading into the ladies' free skate. Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan trying to pull off a huge upset. Maria Butyrskaya, the 2-time European champion, in second, ahead of another 2-time European title holder, Irina Slutskaya, who is in third. And the free skate worth 2/3 of the overall score, and it lasts 4 minutes. And here's the first skater, Fumie Suguri of Japan, 18 years of age, and a 2nd and 3rd place finish in her 2 Grand Prix Series events.
She has a very ambitious program planned. She has 7 triples planned in this program. She hasn't been very consistent in the practices. She
is in 6th place heading into the free skate.
But on this opening move, watch the arc of the skate that the skate leaves on the ice. The arch, the whole arc that she goes into it, right here. The curve and nice rounded edge, flowing in and flowing out. No jerkiness, no changing of edges. That's very important and shows a very good basic training.
And now preparing for her triple flip. Forward 3-turn. Very nice, good height, good spring to it, nice control on the landing.
And did you notice how the edge flowed out in a nice straight arc? There's no back inside edge landing, no jerkiness to that quality. That's very nice. But that one, unfortunately, was not. Rather nice position. She seems very, in a sense, immature, as though the technique is right, the positions are right, but she hasn't quite learned to develop them through to their logical end. There's a triple loop, which became a single loop jump.
She needs to make every move important, just like stroking around the rink, gathering speed, make those positions look important. Nice triple Lutz.
She finished second at the Japanese National Championships and trying to do well here to make the Japanese world team as well. Recently left her coach, Lori Nichols, her choreographer, and she shares with Michelle Kwan.
She's just not feeling this music yet.
She looks a little slow out here. Nice triple toe loop.
She has a very good athletic ability. Her jumping quality is really quite nice.
And having these difficult jumps at the end of these 4 minutes is quite an accomplishment.
Triple Salchow.
Oh, good. That's what she fell on earlier.
Well, there certainly were some very nice qualities about her skating. The jumping in particular had a nice entrance flow and exit flow. The rest of the skating looked very immature, as though she has just not been listening to the music. She follows it, but she doesn't listen to it.
Only 18 years of age and a grand stage here in St. Petersburg with some of the best in the world. Fumie Suguri of Japan. Up next, Elena Sokolova of Russia, who in the last year has found a renewed love of her sport.
I just want to jump, want to skate, and just want to be best.
Grand Prix final, 18-year-old Fumie Suguri of Japan in kiss and cry, waiting for her marks.
Her program started out so well until this triple Salchow, where she went up in the air very nice, but it seemed like she didn't get enough height to finish the rotations and was leaning out and couldn't hold on to it.
Mentioned earlier that she left her coach after a recent competition. Audrey Wissiger, who coaches Michael Weiss, is coaching here in St. Petersburg. First set of marks for technical merit, 5.4s and 5.5s. And now the second set for presentation, 5.3 up to 5.5.
Really very nice, creditable marks.
So the first skater of the evening, Fumie Suguri of Japan, in 6th place after the short program. Right now, obviously in first, she set the standard.
Elena Sokolova, Russia.
And here is 19-year-old Elena Sokolova of Russia. She is from Moscow. And one of those trying not only to do well here, she had 2 wins in the Grand Prix series atop the leaderboard with Maria Butyrskaya coming in, but she's in 4th after the short program, and she's also competing to make the Russian World Championship team.
She has good jumping technique and some flashes of personality when she skates. Of course, she has to concentrate on these jumps. The opening is a triple Lutz. Double toe. Very nice.
Almost looked as if she double-footed it.
We'll have to see that in the replay, maybe.
Again, she double-footed that one. It's almost as though she's in slow motion going into these jumps. Very long setup into that triple, both the triple Lutz and the triple flip. It's sort of like a boxer taking forever to unleash a punch. Won't be very effective when it does finally happen.
She looks like a very natural jumper, very relaxed when she goes into these very difficult jumps. Now a combination triple loop, double loop combination. Very nice. She did a toe loop. A double toe loop after that.
Elena did not make it to Prague for the European Championships. She was not part of the Russian team there. We saw 2 other young skaters, Yulia Soldatova and Victoria Volchkova there. And many here in St. Petersburg feel that they will make it to Helsinki for the World Championships, along with Maria Butyrskaya.
Look at how long she's going into that move. I mean, you just can't hold yourself in a solid, position without reflecting, having reflex in that. And that's why she falls on those things. And that was a double instead of a triple. See, this kind of a performance is not going to stand her in very good stead with the Russian Federation if they're going to try to decide who is going on to the World Championship.
Worlds, as we talk about the top skaters in the world, Michelle Kwan decided not to skate in the series this year, at least in part because this event was so close to the World Championships, which is less than 3 weeks away in Helsinki, Finland.
Well, I think the problem was that she didn't want to fly all the way from California here, go back to California, and then go back to Finland.
Exactly.
And that was supposed to have been another double axel.
totally concentrated just on the jumps. I think she could have made this program come to life a little bit more if she paid attention to more of the details.
You know, she could be a very attractive skater. I just think that there's not enough sort of zing, not enough push, not enough energy that carries her over the, you know, those mistakes that she was making.
Nice reaction from the crowd, but after all, we are in Russia, and maybe a forced smile at the end from Elena Sokolova. Up next, Irina Slutskaya of Russia, who's overcome some unusual conditions at her practice rink.
Before Russian national, ice machine Zamboni, it's broke, and we take water, you know. First we clean ice, and after we take water, put on the ice, wait maybe 15-20 minutes. It's freezing, and we go skating.
Russia and the Hermitage, part of the remarkable history here in one of the world's great art collections. And a reminder, our coverage continues from St. Petersburg tomorrow at 1 Eastern, 3 Pacific here on ABC Sports. The pairs and ice dancing finals. The ISU Grand Prix final, Kyoko Ina and John Zimmerman, the Americans in the pairs competition, and the world champions over in ice dance, Angelika Krylova and Oleg Ovsyannikov, back home here in Russia. That's tomorrow right here on ABC Sports. Back in St. Petersburg, Elena Sokolova following her performance here in the free skate.
Her opening combination, triple lutz, double toe, very solid. And she gets good spring on that second double toe, and good flowing edge out of it. Very nice opening.
But look here, how long she holds this edge for, and then finally moves into it without enough of a spring. And it just wasn't tight enough. She had to pull harder and focus on the jump, the revolution of the jump. You cannot sit there on a long edge and expect it to work.
An up and down season for her. She had 2 wins in the Grand Prix series, but she finished 5th at the Russian National Championships. The first set of marks for technical merit, 5.4 up to 5.6.
I got to tell you, those are very generous marks all the way down the line here. Too many mistakes.
And the second set for presentation, not quite as high, but a wider range. 5.3 up to 5.7. So in terms of the few who have skated here in the free skate, she is in the lead. A familiar face, the 2-time European champion, but that was a couple of years ago. Now 20 years of age, Irina Slutskaya. A 3rd place finish, a 2nd place finish in the Grand Prix series this season, but she is another one not only trying to skate well here, but also to make the Russian World Championship team.
She did a wonderful job in the short program. She has been a really awkward skater up to this point, and suddenly she showed tremendous interest in improving her style and her positions.
She's really struggled this past year in competition, and her body seems to have gone through a lot of changes. So there are a lot of adjustments that she's had to do these past few years. She's opening with a triple lutz.
Now look at how she does these turns right into it. She was having great performances with that in the practice session and in the short program.
Triple Salchow double loop, very nice.
That's particularly hard because there's no step or no toe pick between the 2 jumps. Triple toe.
Now remember, if you're in the top 3 going into the free skate, you control your own destiny. If you win this portion of the competition, you are the overall winner. course, Irina did make the world team a year ago, and she finished with the silver medal right behind Michelle Kwan.
Her problem up to this point has been that she has been really a very awkward and unattractive skater. The line, the positions that she struck through the years were really somewhat almost atrocious. This year she has worked very hard at that, and you can see a great concentration on position. Still not wildly successful, but 1,000% better than what it was just a year ago.
And she seems to come alive in performances. We were watching her in practice. She didn't go through her routines all the way, and I didn't see any life until she gets out here in front of the crowd. Two-footed that triple Lutz.
That's still not as good as it could be.
You know, Peggy, so many of the Russian skaters don't go through their routines in practice all the way. Did you ever go into a competition without having done that?
No, I wouldn't ever think of not going through my program in a practice. It just gets your mind set, and then muscle memory can kick in. I don't know why they don't do that.
That was a beauty, that triple loop jump. But are you talking about practice sessions here at the competition or practice sessions during the year?
In talking to them many times throughout the year, they don't do it in their practices either.
Good speed in this combination spin, and her Bielman that she does on both legs. Very flexible. But everything's a little sloppy. There's no real finishing off of every move.
I'm not sure where all of that music was going to. It didn't seem to help her. It didn't seem to build to, you know, a nice finish for her. It wasn't quite there.
Well, no one has really emerged as of yet. Remember, though, the top two in the standings still to come, and it will be between them for the win. And when we return, Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan, the surprise leader after the short program, skates next. Right after this message and a word from our ABC station. Irina Slutskaya was in third place after the short program. She is now waiting to see what the judges thought of her free skate.
You know, I must say that I am pleased with the amount of work that she has done this year.
And this is her triple Salchow double loop combination. A good flow to the speed of these jumps together. A very pretty jump, and more difficult than any other combination that any of the skaters are doing at this championship.
First set of marks now for technical merit. 5.4 up to 5.7.
I think that's a recognition of the fact of how far she's come in her style and her position.
She was amazed that she skated cleanly at the Russian Nationals and only came in fourth place. Pretty upset by that. Now the marks for presentation, 5 6s and 5 7s. So Irina Slutskaya moves into the lead in terms of those that have skated so far.
Malinina, Uzbekistan.
At this point, it is Slutskaya ahead of Sokolova, 2 Russians at the top, and then Fumie Suguri from Japan in third place. But here is the leader after the short program, and the surprising leader, Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan.
Well, she's thrilled to be in first place at this point. This will either give her a lot of confidence or make her very nervous.
Note the very easy edging that she has. Nice back, nice positions. But again, the name of the game are these triple jumps.
Nice triple Lutz.
Well, she didn't reach back far enough, and it almost offset her.
triple flip.
Wasn't that light?
Yes.
Very, very nice quality to that jump.
And an unusual takeoff for a triple flip to go around a corner rather than straight down the ice.
Well, those were beautiful, all of them.
Trying to put the pressure on Maria Butyrskaya, who is home in her country. But Tatiana represents Uzbekistan, but she is from Russia. Now has moved to Dale, Virginia, where she lives and trains.
Triple loop jump.
She's skating very well so far. She looks very comfortable. She's taking every jump as an individual and really focusing.
One of the requirements, a combination spiral sequence.
Choreography very much in the character of her music from Aladdin. She's skating very well.
It's a very gentle performance. She certainly doesn't throw anything away. It's all very careful and meticulous.
She doesn't look hurried or rushed.
This is another requirement, a circular step sequence. One huge circle around the ring.
And her final combination jump, the end of this 4 minutes, triple Lutz, double toe. That was a double.
Now she does here, right at this point, a forward scratch spin. Now watch her pull this. This is what used to be called a blurred spin. You don't see them very often.
Oh, good for her. She skated very well.
Well, she held up under the pressure. The pressure must have been enormous for her, and that's a great credit to her. Very gentle skating, very meticulous, very light quality to it.
It may seem like she's come out of nowhere, but she's actually 26 years old. 3 knee surgeries kept her off the ice for years. But now she's trying to win this title. Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan. And when we come back, Maria Butyrskaya, the 2-time and reigning European champion, in second place, looking to move up for the win. St. Petersburg, that's the Alexandrinsky Theater in the background, and surprisingly in the foreground, the only monument that you can find to Catherine the Great here in this city. Our skating coverage goes prime time again with the World Figure Skating Championships, Thursday, March 25th at 9 Eastern and Pacific here on ABC Sports. Michael Weiss taking on the likes of Elvis Stoiko and Alexei Yagudin. And then our coverage of the year's most important skating event continues Saturday, March 27th at 8 Eastern and Pacific when the 3-time U.S. champion Michelle Kwan tries to defend her title in the ladies competition. That's all here on ABC Sports from Helsinki, Finland. Tatiana Malinina of Uzbekistan, the surprise leader after the short program, and very happy with her performance in the free skate.
And this was a look at her triple sow double toe combination. She did very well. the only combination that she did. She just looked so calm and so confident in every one of her jumps.
Well, she looks lonely awaiting her marks because her coach went back here to Russia. She lives and trains in Virginia now.
And as she says, she coaches herself.
Doing quite well, yes. The first set of marks now. 5.7s and 5.8s.
And those are very high marks and very strong marks and well-deserved.
And now the second set for presentation, Dick, 5.7 up to a couple of 5.9s, and obviously she is in the lead over Slutskaya. So it's Malinina, Slutskaya, and Sokolova, 1, 2, 3 in the standings, and it comes down to a battle of the 26-year-olds. Maria Butyrskaya of Russia, the 6-time Russian national champion, and she's been on a roll the past year and a half, really enjoying the best days of her career, but desperately wants a win here in her home country. Found herself in second place after the short program.
She feels her potential as an eligible hasn't yet been fulfilled. And just like it was at the Europeans, her only competition is really herself. Opening with a nice triple lutz.
Did you notice the curve of that jump? When she entered the jump, it was on a curve, and a flip jump should be on a straight line. Nice position in this camel, though.
Well, she's battled nerves all of her career. She goes into these jumps very cautiously.
This is triple Salchow. She needs every one of these triples. That move right there will cost her this championship. Any hope of pulling up. Remember, that was one of those disastrous falls where you're really splat out on the ice and everybody sort of feels for you. You cannot hide those moves.
Triple loop, double loop combination. Nice triple loop.
You notice how stiff-legged she is when she lands. She doesn't sink into the knees. There's not an elegance or a beauty either there or in this layback. Toe loop. Wow. She does pull it out at the end.
Yes. It's so tough to still keep skating after you've had such a rough start.
A spiral combination.
She added this triple loop. This wasn't planned in the program. And a double axel.
The final spin, a combination spin. Forward camel, sideways spin, back camel, back sit spin.
Oh, how disappointing for her.
You know, she is not a great athlete, but she has survived and overcome that in the past few performances, and it's been really marvelous to see. It just fell apart tonight, and that's very, very unfortunate for her.
Well, at one point, the Russian Federation pretty much gave up on her. That's how she felt, and so many doubted her here in Russia. She went out and proved them wrong. She really wanted to do that at home here in this competition as well.
Look at her face. Doesn't that tell you the whole story?
Skaya, and you could feel the air go out of this building when she lay on the ice after having fallen.
And here is her triple flip, her second jump in the program. That was a disaster. Her feet were just kind of stuck together. She didn't get enough spring in that to finish the revolutions.
And I think
really
a lot of that.
Unfortunate.
Look at here in this Salchow right there. Good crossed legs, but her body just flumps forward, and it's one of those spins, one of those falls which just stops the motion, splats you across the ice, and leaves you in a disastrous position.
And this is how she left the ice, although it took her a long time to leave the ice. And the crowd at some point started to cheer to pick her up.
There she is with her coach, Elena Tchaikovskaya, one of the great teachers.
Первая оценка 5-5, 5-7, 5-6, 5-7, 5-5.
So now the first set of marks, 5.5 up to 5.7.
What can you say about those? I mean,
I think she's in just disbelief that this all happened to her.
She doesn't even want to look. So here are the final results in the ladies' competition. Tatiana Malinina is the winner. Maria Butyrskaya finishes second. We'll see those two at the World Championships in Helsinki. Don't know yet about Irina Slutskaya, who finished third, or Elena Sokolova, both from Russia, who finished fourth. Fumie Suguri of Japan finishes in fifth. When we come back to St. Petersburg, the men will take the ice. And the reigning U.S. champion Michael Weiss has come all the way from Fairfax, Virginia to challenge a powerful Russian trio that includes the world champion Alexei Yagudin, 94 Olympic gold medalist Alexei Romanov, and the young gun, high-flying Yevgeny Plushenko. That's next from the Grand Prix final.